Want help to grow your business? Download Bryn, the world's first business advisor in your pocket. To find out more, visit bryn.ai or search the App Store today.
Welcome to Brand You. I'm Zahrina Robertson, your personal branding photographer, strategist, author, and speaker. And we are absolutely homing through on all these series, and I'm up to number 4 with you. I'm so glad that you're on this journey. Episode number 4 is all about you and how to reflect your personal brand with your appearance. Now, it's so important that when we are as a personal brand in the journey that we've taken together in the last 3 episodes, we've understood where our personal brand has come from, the mindset, your motivations, your values. But now we really want to show you how you can absolutely enhance your brand experience, your brand appearance. It's really important to make sure that how you're appearing is congruent with who you are as a business person. And that's what I'm going to take you on today. And it's going to be a jam-packed episode because we've got a really cool interview at the end with Lynne Stockdale, a stylist, and Angela Vassallo, a client of mine, and their journey together and the way that we connected Angela with her style and her avatar. So let's move along. Now, your personal brand is about you, and making sure that you're congruent is really crucial to the appearance of how you come across and how engaging you are. Now, what happens? Have you ever thought, there might be some missing links in, the way that you appear, your style? You might even have a query about, I really like to understand how I should appear as my personal brand to be congruent with what I do as a business owner. It's really important to have what you do match your appearance. And in this episode that I'm going to be going through with you, there's a lot of layers, like an onion, about this particular subject. Because it's not only how you look, it has a lot of other things along the way of your interactions with people, the way that you're, what you're doing as a personal brand online, and the subliminal messages that you're putting out there. That's all actually part of your appearance and your attraction, because we want to make you quite magnetic, don't we? So let's get on with the show. Now, understanding your brand archetype is the basis for really getting and understanding how you're going to be attracting, like a magnet, the opportunities that come to you and how you're going to relate to people, because again, you've got 2 seconds for people to really judge you now, online and offline, and connect with you. So your authenticity and your connection needs to be almost quite instant. But a big part of that instant attraction and that magnetism is absolutely how you look. And how you look and how you appear as a personal brand is going to make huge impact on your communication with future clients and current clients, because you will leave a lasting impression with them about who you are, what you do, and your values as well. It's really important about that. And people want to do business with people who they feel they can relate to as well. So if you are a business person and you are like like a stylist as an example, but you didn't look like a stylist, well, there's a bit of a mismatch. And then you say, I'm not too sure. There's a question mark. Would I engage that stylist who doesn't look like a stylist? So there's that sort of like an obvious example there. So understanding how important your appearance is crucial to success. And one of the bases is that your personality archetype. Understanding who you are as a personality brand archetype is crucial to actually connecting that congruency and that confidence and making sure that how you're appearing, what you're saying, and all of those messages are really coming together. But understanding who you are as a personality is really important, because that is how you'll come across in your appearance. And that's really crucial. So in a couple of the episodes beforehand, we went through personality brand archetypes. But this is how, in this episode number 4, we're going to enhance your appearance. It's really exciting because there's a lot of different things we'll go through. And just a part of the process here is understanding appearance means not just clothes. Appearance means how you're turning up. Are we wearing makeup? Are we not wearing makeup? And things like that. How are you turning up? And this is an example of a lady called Jocelyn, and she's in America, but she's like a celebrity style of lady, and she's quite known for her personal brand for her appearance. And she's always probably wanted to be looking like a feline, and she's got that sort of energy about her. And the photo on the left is her before photo, and on the right is her after. So you can see that with the changes of appearance, we can have dramatic changes of appearance, we can have lesser dramatic changes of our appearance. And as a photographer, I've photographed many men and women, and I really believe that the authenticity of your personal brand is all about looking natural, appearing natural, and feeling natural. And that's just your magnetism, quite frankly. But when I just want to show some extremes here, because so with Jocelyn, I think it's quite extreme. So I'm not saying that everyone needs to go to this extreme to make an impact and be magnetic, but I would love to make sure that you understand that, I guess, changes and subtle changes to what we do for our brand when we're doing photos and how we're putting ourselves out there as we're getting older, because again, we're not getting younger, is really crucial to the success of your brand. Sometimes we need to take a step back, think about what we're doing, and then move forward. And this is another example, too much makeup. Now, a little bit of my journey is that a long time ago, I've been a makeup artist, and I love it. And I guess this is where my passion for colour and actually the concept of transformation. And I love the transformation of people and men and women and what I can do behind the lens for them. But one of the biggest plus points for your personal brand and your appearance is absolutely wearing a little bit of makeup to suit your personality. You can wear nudes, you can wear nude tones, natural colours, or you can wear a little bit heavier for certain types of occasions. And for photo shoots, you can wear a little bit heavier to bring out emphasise your appearance. However, sometimes we can go to that other extreme, and we can wear maybe too much makeup. And sometimes we can't, I guess it's a little bit incongruent. But this is an example of a bit too much makeup, and I just wanted to share that with you so that it can suit certain types of people, or it can suit certain types of personal brands. But I just wanted to let you know that that's just sometimes for business people could be just a little bit too much makeup, especially with the colours, I guess. So just be mindful of how you're appearing with your everyday connections and your everyday meetings with people. Please, wearing blush, wearing lipstick is just the most simplest things to do every day, and you can do it. And it makes a big difference, because sometimes we can really look fresher and alive and quite magnetic and attractive if we just put those simple touches on. And even just a little bit of mascara goes a long way to being attractive of your personal brand and putting that effort in. And this is a young man, he's on brand. And he's a bodybuilder, he's a security guard. But he looks okay because he's in his environment and he suits that environment, and he suits a really well-tailored jacket. So as a personal brand, this is what works well for this gentleman. So I wanted the synergies where how you're seen as your images, how you're seen in your clothing, and the setting of how you're seen as your personal brand matches. And in this particular example, this man matches his environment, matches his clothing, and what he does. We immediately know what he does, and we kind of can understand, right, he looks like a heavyweight security guard as well as a bouncer or somebody who you don't want to get in a fight with. And this is the lady here who is a stylist. Now, unfortunately, this lady is standing outside of a shop, and she's absolutely a stylist, but she's not making that connection with the viewer. Now, when we're looking at people for what you do as a personal brand and your occupation, you want to make that impact really fast, really quick. And in this occasion, the lady is a stylist, but she doesn't look savvy, does she? She's not making that connection with you to go, yeah, I want to hire her. So what we want to do is make sure that your clothing and your appearance as your personal brand exudes your magnetism, and it really brings in and draws your customers in to say yes to you. And these are examples of what works and doesn't work in corporate. And what, midriff tops that are short for corporate don't quite work. And showing a lot of flesh in corporate or your 9-to-5 job doesn't work too much unless you're a dancer, but in what does work is something professional and making sure that you're on brand. So in corporates as well, apart from entrepreneurs and business people, corporate people have a personal brand as well. And it's really important that, everybody harnesses their potential of how they're appearing in their personal brand in everyday dealings. So say, for example, in corporate, you can be in a meeting, and if you turned up a bit shabby one morning and into a meeting and there was an opportunity someone was about to give you at that particular time, and you turned up and you weren't looking, professional and tidy, do you think that person would be really literally dying to give you that opportunity? So it's about harnessing and looking on brand all the time so that your opportunities do come to you and flow, and there's no hesitation, blocks or barriers. So it's about that. It's about that consistency. And again, this is not what to wear, but you can wear that on holidays, no problem. And this young lady's wearing pink and black, and it's quite stark, but it's not work attire unless you're working, casually for somebody else on the weekend. It's like the examples here. I think that when you're working as a personal brand, really tidy and professional and covering up a little is really good. It'll take you quite seriously as well. And this is a funny example here. This is shorts for young men, and that man on the left side in the grey suit was a suit. That was a suit. He cut his shorts. He cut his trousers to make shorts, and he wore them. And it's whoa, that's really odd. But what do? He's you just comparing that to actual proper shorts. It's a really your appearance means a lot to the outside world. So if you walked around looking a little bit, out of kilter, it's a little bit doesn't make sense to some people, I guess. So making sure that you're covering up for business and not wearing shorts is really important for your personal brand as well, to be taken seriously. This is also a no-no. Wearing disco attire to work. So, we can, short black dresses to work is can be done if it's done classy, but wearing accessories and making sure that you're looking on brand is really good, is really important, so that you're looking slick, I guess, and professional. This is just some examples of some people that I've photographed, and understanding how as a business person, an entrepreneur, how colour, how textures and how different types of clothing can suit you if you're an entrepreneur as opposed to somebody in corporate. So an example, we've got, shirts for men that have a bit of colour, and then you've got pattern. And then you've got ladies that are wearing summer dresses, but they're looking they're on brand for what they're offering. Online businesses have great success with their creativity in their clothing as well. And also there's a lot of women who are professional people that want to deal with women as well. So they're working to dress to suit their avatar. And it's really important that we absolutely dress to suit the perfect person that we want to attract. A couple of things I wanted to explain to you is about the subtleties of your personal brand. Now, I don't know about you, but I've had a lot of handshakes in my lifetime. And I've had some really interesting handshakes. Now, part of a personal brand is making sure the way that you're connecting with people in your immediate space is really, really important. And that one of the biggest impressions of that is how you're actually connecting with that person one-on-one and in that proximity of what that time that you have with them. So one of the absolute, one of those gestures is the handshake. It's quite important. And making sure that the handshake makes an impact, because we don't want that lobster claw. How many of us have had the lobster claw? It's kind of a bit dodgy. And then we've got the vice.
To continue enjoying this presentation, download Bryn, the world's first business advisor in your pocket. To find out more, visit bryn.ai or search the App Store today.